I know why you're here. I know whom stiff's wisdom you seek. I know that you don't know what you're doing. You need guidance, young one, young Padawan, as it were. You need training. And you know what? I figured since I'm so nice and I'm so gracious, why not provide this shit to you? You know what I'm saying? So why don't you come sit down on my lap? Don't worry, that's just my fat wallet, not my dick. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. What is good, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species out there watching this video? It's your boy, Messiest Hair, in the game here. Was that stupid? I think that was stupid. And today I'm here to tell y'all the top 10 things you need to know about Xenoverse 2 on the Nintendo Switch. This is gonna be like your ultimate beginner's guide. Like if you just get this game, you haven't played Xenoverse 2 before, these are the top 10 things. What? That was 5. These are the top 10 things that you're gonna need to know in order to, I guess, have the best time possible. These are things that I know, that I wish I knew, and I'm sure a lot of other people wish they knew as well, so let's get on with this shit, bitch. Now, this first thing to know is going to be completely exclusive to the Switch edition of Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and that is that you can play this game with a singular Joy-Con. So if you got a friend over, or you want to go to a party or something like that, and you say, hey man, put down the hands, I want to see if you can beat me. You've been talking all that shit online, you beat me in this other game, whatever, that's a bitch pussy game, right? I want to play some motherfucking Xenoverse 2. You just break that shit apart, hand them a Joy-Con, you're like, all right, square up, son. That's obviously a feature that was not available to any other version of Xenoverse 2 because, well, they didn't have the Joy-Cons, you genius. But that's gonna be super handy if you guys wanna do some local co-op. Local co-op is something that I never really did with PS4 or Xbox One or PC or anything like that, just because it's not really, it didn't really like invite me in, but you know, you have a Switch with you at all times or whatever. You come strapped with a Switch attached to your leg like an AK-47, so to speak. Why you have an AK-47 strapped to your leg, I don't know. You know, times is tough out here. Now, the rest of these are going to be general game facts for Xenoverse 2 that you're gonna come into the game, you're not gonna know what to do. You're gonna be like, well, oh my God, what did I did? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, the first thing you're gonna need to do is learn your grammar because what did I did is not grammatically correct. But the second thing you'll wanna do is follow this video step by step up top. All right, so you can probably wonder right off the bat, Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z. I want to play some of my favorite characters. You go into the roster, you're like, well, shit. Not every character is here. So you're gonna have to actually play the game to unlock these characters. I know, sucks, don't it? But it's actually pretty easy. The main way to unlock new characters is to do the parallel quests. If you do the tutorial, you'll know what those are. But essentially, you go to the parallel quest desk, and you just want to run through all them bitches. If you want to know about certain characters, I've done videos on certain characters like Gogeta, Super Saiyan 4s, and stuff like that, that you're gonna want to know how to unlock, and I've done videos on that showing you which parallel quest you're gonna want to do. Now, right off the bat, you're not gonna have access to every parallel quest, so you're gonna need to play a bit of the story, and that's the other thing too. Just playing through the story is gonna let you get so much more progression in the game. It's going to unlock a lot more parallel quests for you to do, so that way you can unlock all the new characters and get new moves and stuff. That's how you get new moves. And yeah, so that should be a grand old time for you people out there. Another thing that you're probably gonna want to know is how to unlock character transformations. Each one of the created characters that you get to make, whether it's a Saiyan, a Majin character, a Piccolo character, otherwise known as a Namekian, I just drew a complete blank there, an Earthling, or whatever you decide to use, you can get a transformation for them, Saiyans being Super Saiyan, Majins being literally Kid Buu, and so on and so forth. So how do you unlock these? Well, it's actually different for each subset of created character. So for the Frieza race, you've got to go up into space or whatever and do the Frieza army bullshit, and there's gonna be like a subset of quests that you have to do for Frieza, and then after a while, you'll be training with Frieza and stuff, and then it'll be like, oh, hey, you should learn Golden, bitch, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's pretty cool. And then for the Saiyans, you're gonna wanna go to Capsule Corp and talk to Vegeta, but with this one, you have to be level 40, I think, something like that. And you're gonna talk to Vegeta, and he's gonna train you and do all this bullshit with you. And then eventually you're gonna learn Super Saiyan that way. For the Majin race characters, you're gonna have to find Majin Buu on the map. You have to go through one of the little portal things or whatever, and you have to like feed him food or whatever, and he's gonna like start reproducing, get kids or something. It's like some weird bullshit. The way to get food, I believe you can buy them from like one of the item shops. You find them dropped all over the floor all the time in like Kansan City. You see the little shiny things. If you pick them up, sometimes it might be food, and that food you give to Majin Buu, and then like he just starts like getting kids or whatever. And he's like, hey man, you're a kid now too, and he gives you the Kid Buu transformation. So yes, if you want to become a Super Namek or Super Namekian or just Giant Namekian, whatever the hell that thing is called, you're gonna want to head over to the good boy Guru's crib, and you're gonna have to do these stupid quests where you protect the Dragon Balls, and it sucks so much dick. But Super Namek is actually pretty cool. He goes all giant form in it, and it looks pretty rad. So I guess that is worth it if you want to become a Super Namek. And finally, for the Human Awakening, you get to fly on like a little Nimbus thing, and you get a little Power Pole looking ass. You're gonna want to find Great Saiyaman and Great Saiya Woman. They're going to be at Hercule's house on the map, and you're gonna have to do their little quests and stuff like that. And then you'll get the human race transformation. And yeah, it's pretty easy, but I figured that would be something that you guys are gonna want to know how to do, so that way you're not like, oh my god, when do I get Super Saiyan? You might like play through the whole game thinking you get it during the story mode or something like that, and then you beat the story mode, you're like, well darn, I never got Super Saiyan. So I'm just helping you guys out. I'm a good Samaritan. Another thing to note is that if you do decide to make a new character, let's say, okay, I played as a Saiyan a few times, and I like my Saiyan, but let me make a Majin race character. Well, this sucks, but you're gonna have to start everything all over. And I mean everything. You're gonna have to start your parallel quests over. You're gonna have to do the little tutorials all over. You're gonna have to do the story mode all over. Like, it's like almost like a new save file in a sense. It kind of blows a bag of dicks, but that is like the major thing that you guys need to know, because I remember when I decided to make a new character or whatever, and I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be lit. I'm like, oh, I have to do like literally everything I already did. It sucks, but unfortunately, that's the way that Dimps decided to make the game. They were talking about at one point changing this, but that just never happened. Here's another little tip. Remember that boy Guru I was talking about with the Super Namekian? Well, you're gonna notice something when you play the game, and it's gonna be very fucking annoying. In the top corner, it's gonna be like, bring, Guru's house is under attack. Please help him, he's worthless. And that's gonna keep popping up. And you're gonna get annoyed, and you're gonna be like, no, Guru can fucking die. I mean, come on now. He ate way too much McDonald's at this point. Very clearly, he's a fan of the Big Mac meal. He's got goddamn Big Mac sauce in his artery veins. I mean, let's be honest here. He's just gonna pass out. But it's gonna behoove you. Is it behoove or behoove? It's gonna do gooder for you if you defend his house. Main reason being is because if you defend his house enough, he will actually be able to unlock your potential, and he will give you more attribute points to distribute to your character. So in the beginning, you can give your character up to 100 attribute points into any one given stat, and then that's the max. Once you unlock your potential with Guru, it'll go up to 125. So this is key for getting yourself a max build that whatever you want to do. So if you want to become like the best hitter, like you want every one of your punches to do maximum damage, you're gonna want to do this Guru side quest thing, so that way you can get 125 attribute points in there, and it's gonna be a grand old time. You're gonna be hitting hard as hell, so that extra 25 is definitely gonna go a long way, and is definitely worth it. Another thing you might want to know are about raid quests. Raid quests are essentially giant boss fights that everybody in the server goes to and attacks. Think of it as something like in World of Warcraft or other MMOs like that. I believe like Destiny has this kind of stuff too, where it's like, oh my god, where it's like, it'll be like Majin Vegeta or something like that, like comes down and he's all like super powerful, has like a shit ton of health. You're not gonna be able to beat these things the first time you go in. What you actually have to do is you have to stand near there's gonna be like a big portal at one part of the map, and you have to stand near there and keep checking, and you're gonna see the health of the character and how far the server has taken him down. You're gonna wanna find him at the right moment, right when he's about to die, and then your team is gonna wanna go in there and complete the finishing blow. Because if not, all you're doing is bringing his health down more and more, but you don't get really any rewards for that. The only rewards you get for the raid quests are if you were actually part of the team that actually beat him. And now that kind of sucks because it's very hard to be in that little subset group that finally gets that little bit of health and finally defeats him. Each time the character gets defeated, he levels up. So he'll be like level 1 at one point, and then people just kill him super fast. Next thing you know, he's like level 5, and it's just ridiculous. But you're gonna want to get in there as quickly as possible and time that really well. Don't worry though, like if you click on it, for example, and it's like he has like 1 health left, right? As long as you stay on it, he's going to continue to have that 1 health left. So if you just enter in, you can invite your friends or whatever, and you guys can all take him down, and it'll still be at that like small health margin. So at least you got that going for you. By far and away, the fastest and easiest way to level up are going to be to do these things called expert missions. I believe there's about 15 in total. I could be wrong, but there's gonna be at least 15 of these things. These are essentially a little bit like the raid quests that we were just talking about, except they're not like this server-wide thing. They don't have this massive health bar that can't be defeated. There's still gonna be very tough enemies that can be defeated in that one cycle that you go into. You're not gonna have to go there, like knock them out and then go back and keep doing that stuff, but they can be quite difficult. So you might wanna party up with people that have a higher level than you, or just take them slow, you know, do expert mission 1, expert mission 2, and then once you start getting bodied, level up a little bit by doing parallel quests or continuing the story if you haven't yet, and then come back and try to defeat these missions. Once you get to the higher levels, like level 60, 70 and stuff, it's gonna take a long time to level up. So that's when you're gonna probably wanna hit these expert missions. Getting up to like level 60, 50, 70 and all that stuff, that's gonna be like really quick, really easy. Just continue to do the story mode, unlock some characters via parallel quests, and you'll get there in no time. But then once you get to those higher levels and you really want to level up, yeah, you're gonna definitely want to hit up these expert missions. These are also a good way to get the TP medals that I was talking about earlier, and those again are used for the TP medal shop, which can get you super moves, ultimate moves, different kinds of clothing options and stuff like that. And yeah, you're gonna definitely want to stack up on these TP medals. And now I'm gonna give you the top 3 basic beginner tips for actually playing online. I don't know how many people of you out there are going to want to go online and test your skills, but Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 is a game that does have a skill gap in it. Granted, it's not very high. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a Dragon Ball Z game, but there is still a skill gap there, and you want to be prepared so that way you don't go online and get bodied. So let me give you guys some of those 3 tips. Number 1, probably the most important, is that the most important thing in this game is not your health, is not your ki and how much ki blast you can do and kamehamehas and stuff like that. It's going to be your stamina. Stamina is everything. If you've ever played the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm games, think of stamina like your little substitution logs. Yeah, they're that important, except they're probably even more important because they have a plethora of other features other than just getting out of the way. You're gonna have to learn to manage this very well. Sometimes your opponent's gonna hit you with a combo and you're just gonna have to eat that combo, because if you try to teleport out of it, then you're gonna be left with absolutely no stamina to defend yourself. And if they predict that you're going to teleport behind them, they can actually cancel their combo and go for what's called a back hit. And if they hit you with that, then you're in a combo for free and they can just combo you to death. Or they can get you in a stamina break combo, which is that's definitely even worse. How to perform a stamina break is you do forward Y or forward X, and that's going to just drain all your stamina. It's going to be broken, and then your stamina is going to regain very slowly, and it's going to suck a bag of dicks because you cannot defend yourself when your stamina is broken. If you're going flying, you can't cancel out of that flying animation. You're just going to keep flying and flying until you hit the floor. Then you're going to take forever to get back up. You do not want to run low on stamina. You do not want to get stamina broken. These are things you need to be absolutely careful of, because if not, you're gonna have a very tough time going up against a player that does know what he's doing. Speaking of stamina break combos, every character does have stamina break combos for the most part, and if not, they're very easy to figure out. Sometimes if you're just pressing the regular attack button, going forward, and then the attack button will sometimes confirm a stamina break. Different characters have a move where they're hit the opponent and they'll go flying and you can teleport behind them, or you can cancel a move if you hit your opponent and they go flying. You just press the teleport button that you usually use to get out of the way for moves, and you'll end up behind them, and then you can get a stamina break that way. That's a very easy and universal way to get stamina breaks, but you're definitely going to want to go into the lab and learn your stamina break combos with every character you want to learn how to play, because if you don't know your stamina break combos, you're going to regret it, because that's the most optimal way to punish in this game. And if you can't punish, then your opponent's going to punish you, and then you're going to be the one taking it out, and you ain't gonna bounce back like Big Sean. You might be thinking to yourself, oh, Ki Blast, whatever, they don't do a lot of damage, they're whatever, they're not a good attack option, but they actually are. You can actually cancel some of your combos into doing a Ki Blast and extend your combos even further. This is like more advanced tech. You'll see a lot of players that have played the game for a long time doing this kind of stuff, but Ki Blast canceling is definitely a thing in this game, and there's actually characters that are pretty broken with it, like Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. He's very broken with this kind of stuff. But in general, you can use Ki Blast in a non-scumbag fucking way and just use it to extend combos or to hit your opponent in a way that favors you, so that way you can follow up with another combo or follow up with a super or an ultimate or something like that. There's a lot of different use cases for Ki Blast, so if you want to figure out like, oh, well, how do I find out what Ki Blasts are actually useful for? Just watch some videos, some people playing the game, or just learn by playing the game yourself and just trying to incorporate Ki Blast every now and then. And of course, the last tip, and this is probably a tip that goes for any fighting game you're ever going to want to play, but you're going to have to be able to predict your opponent very well and be just as unpredictable. Don't be so quick to vanish behind your opponent. Wait it out, because sometimes in higher level play, an opponent will be in the middle of a combo with you and they'll expect you to vanish behind them, so they'll just go for a back hit and then that just ends their combo completely. So by being patient and by predicting that he might go for that back hit, you've now set yourself up to counterattack him, and you didn't even have to waste any stamina to use a vanish. And that goes to the same thing, like if you are comboing somebody and you notice that the moment you start comboing them, they vanish behind you or something like that, then you're going to want to cancel your combo and go for a back hit, for example. These are just things that you're gonna have to utilize and you're gonna have to realize while playing the game. A lot of people play a lot of different ways, so you're gonna have to try to download them as fastly as possible. Fastly? What? And counter whatever play that they're trying to do. But those are my 10 things to know about Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 on the Nintendo Switch, the complete beginner's guide. I hope some of these things helped you guys out. If you have any other questions or you need help with anything else, I have a plethora of videos on my channel helping you guys out, telling you different kinds of tactics and stuff like that, so you guys can go, feel free to check those out, or you can leave a comment down below, maybe tweet me or something like that, and I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you're excited for Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 launching on the Nintendo Switch on September 22nd this year. It's gonna be a great time. I hope I see you guys on there. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Peace out. Bang, bang. What? Hey, man, whatever.